Welcome back everyone, Mariah Monetize here, and in today's video we're going to be going over the Bitcoin price, and I'm going to be showing you exactly where I'm going to be purchasing today. Yes, today I plan on buying some Bitcoins. I'm going to be giving you some details there, and then I'm actually going to be using Vauld for the first time ever to make a Bitcoin purchase. So I'm going to be giving you some details there and telling you why Vauld is one of the best places to actually buy some Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies because the fees are actually very good. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The correlation has been absolutely insane when it comes to Bitcoin as well as traditional markets here. So as you can see here, this right here is SPY and this right here is Bitcoin. This is a 1 minute chart on both of them. And you can see here that like down to the 1 minute chart, there is some decent correlation. So like this right here, this candle is at 1050. And then when you look at Bitcoin's 1050 candle or the 1049 candle, like there is a ton of similarities, right? You could even see the jump on this candle right here. Like they're having similar formations. Percentage wise, let's go ahead and see. So for example, in the last, let's see here, 8 minutes or so, let's go ahead and do the price range from this candle down here. That was 0.5% on SPY, which is very significant. That was from 1050 over to like 1056. And then over here, let's go ahead and grab that 1050 candle. So from here down here, then Bitcoin dropped about 0.93%. So we saw Bitcoin almost double that particular drop in that like 8 or so period of time. So I am going to be using Vauld today to purchase some Bitcoin, but let's go ahead and like I just wanted to quickly show you guys that correlation there when it came to like down to the minute chart on Bitcoin versus SPY. So this right here is a daily chart on Bitcoin looking really bad. So we broke below this low here of January 24th, and that low was 32,933. So Bitcoin has broken below that, and the low of Bitcoin so far today is 32,405. So I'm anticipating to continue dropping over here to this range right over here, which is about 31.5. So I'm anticipating Bitcoin to drop further. It's right across the board in all markets. These are electric vehicle related stocks down massively. Tesla sitting just above $800. Marijuana stocks also looking horrible. Tilray sitting at 442. CGC sitting at 562. So VFF sitting at $3.72. So across the board, things are obviously not looking good. Let's go back over to the cryptocurrency space. Coinbase stock is sitting at $88.80. Just a few minutes ago, it was sitting at $91. So in my opinion, we are seeing buying opportunities of a lifetime. Will the price continue to drop? Absolutely. So this is the thing. Before you decide to make a purchase, you have to ask yourself, is this a short-term hold or is it a long-term hold? Okay. What I'm going to be entering today is a long-term hold. What I've been talking about in my previous videos is short-term holds, right? On that daily chart, I was looking for the green to cross over the red. What I am purchasing today is a long-term hold. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be kind of looking over today, the next few days, to slowly add to my long-term hold position. And if you saw yesterday's video, you saw that I sold 0.81 of a Bitcoin, just a small little portion. I sold it off at just under $35,000. So that was a long-term hold. So now I'm getting back in at about $32,000. So the sell that most people deem to be a very bad choice back in February that I made is turning out to be a pretty darn good choice because now I'm getting Bitcoin at a better deal. And as in Puerto Rico, I'm paying 0% capital gains tax. Before you make any trades, always take into consideration if you're selling an asset you already have, short-term versus long-term capital gains, and of course your tax obligation. So this is the first time today that I'm going to be using Vauld to make a purchase. So I've been using Vauld since January. It's been a positive experience thus far. So pretty much all of my funds on Vauld are under a fixed term, okay? With the fixed term, you actually earn more interest, okay? So it varies from coin to coin. So without a fixed term, your Bitcoin is going to earn about 4.5%. With a fixed term, it's going to be earning, I think, what is it, like 6.4%, in that range or whatever. I don't have the numbers exactly in front of me. So what's great about these fixed terms, they're called 30-day terms is that you can actually end the term at any time. Okay, so when I go over to fixed deposits here, you can see all my fixed deposits, and you can see this one is like just 3 days in, and I could opt out basically. Or not 3 days in, 3% completed. So you can see here, these are all my fixed terms. They go in order of like most recently created as a fixed term. And then you can see here that I can basically opt out at any time. And what's really great about that, what I love about Vauld, is the fact that I can opt out, I can use those funds, and I can trade on their platform. And unlike BlockFi, there's not this unfavorable spread. So the price that I'm purchasing on Vauld is very similar to, for example, like on Coinbase. So here's kind of like an example of something that I've experienced in the past. So I still use Gemini in some scenarios, but I was using Gemini and I was using their earned program. So I was basically earning like 8% on their particular stablecoin. But it would sometimes take days if I wanted to remove that stablecoin from my earn account to then be able to trade it. With Vauld, I can opt out at any time and I could use those funds to purchase Bitcoin. So that is a huge advantage. What's great about that is that I'm maximizing my earning opportunity, okay, 1. Number 2, I'm getting Bitcoin at a very favorable price. And 3, I could go from earning interest on it 1 second to using it to buy the next second, which is critical. I wasn't able to do that, for example, on Gemini. And like I said, Vauld's rates are so much better when it comes to trading versus something like Coinbase Pro. So what I'm gonna do over here is I'm gonna go ahead and filter this, and I am going to go to my USDC fixed deposits. You can see here, they're all different amounts. The principal amount is here, and then the payout amount is here. So that's adding the principal amount plus the interest is your payout amount. So what I'm gonna do over here is I am going to, so I have these different amounts, right? I have 3,000 down to something as small as like $2. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to just opt out of this $3,000 one, as well as these smaller amounts here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and opt out. What I could do is another option is I have this big amount here of almost $90,000. So what I could technically do is opt out of that, use whatever I want. So I'm looking to spend about $3,000 to $5,000 on Bitcoin right now. And what I could technically do is opt out of that full amount, take whatever, the $3,000 to $5,000, buy Bitcoin, and then take the remaining balance and then opt back in a couple minutes once I'm done making the trade. But in this case, I am just going to opt out of these smaller fixed deposits here. And let's see. So yeah, you could kind of just see here, now that I've opted out of a few of them, I'm gonna go ahead and opt out of this one as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and back up to the Bitcoin chart. Like, what's happening with the Bitcoin chart? Why do I wanna enter it? These are long-term holds. I think Bitcoin's at a massive discount. Do I think Bitcoin's gonna go lower? Probably. But for me, I know that I'm not gonna catch the very, very bottom. So I'm gonna take $3,000 to $5,000, sprinkle it in the market. Might take a little bit more later in today, tomorrow, rest of the week, okay? I'm just starting my buying in process. And we have seen so many red days consecutively that I do think that it's time to stack some Satoshis that are dedicated for my long-term holds. So daily chart here on Bitcoin, this red 2 going below the red 1, not good. Not good at all. Excuse me, this is Tesla, what the heck? Back up, over here to Bitcoin. I was like, that chart looks different. I'm seeing different things, and that's why. So this right here is a daily chart. We broke below this previous low, and like I said, I do believe that we are going to $31,000, but I just gave you an explanation why, even though I think we're going lower, like I'm not gonna catch the bottom. And there's always a possibility that that's not going to happen. If we break this range right here, there is no support until like $20,000. So be prepared for that particular scenario, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and go down to the 1 hour chart to see what's happening. So I could get a little bit picky here and like wait for maybe a momentum shift on the 1 hour chart. That, you know, Bitcoin is trending downwards. The hourly chart isn't giving us any hope at all. Okay, let's go and take a look at the 30-minute chart here. 30-minute chart, no hope, right? It's like catching a falling knife. These are long-term holds. That's what I'm trying to like cement as the idea here. I am adding to my long-term hold, and I think these are great prices. The 5-minute chart doesn't even look good. Let's see if there's any hope on the 1 minute. The 1 minute still has a ways to go in order to have a momentum shift. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm just gonna purchase $1,000 of Bitcoin right here at the market price. So as you can see here, Just gonna go ahead and refresh. This is a trading platform on Vauld. So if you go over to Exchange Pro Trading, it takes you here. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I want to go ahead and use USDC as the pair. So I'm gonna go ahead and type in USDC over here and Bitcoin USDC. And then you can see here that I have $3,163 to purchase Bitcoin. I'm gonna go ahead and make this a market buy. You can see here the fees are the same whether you're a maker or a taker. So what does that mean? If I am buying at market, I am a taker, I'm taking the market price, and if I'm a maker, I'm gonna basically set my buy order, maybe like a little bit lower, but I'm gonna go ahead and spend $1,000 here on Bitcoin. So as you can see here, $1,000 is going to get me, so I'm gonna go to buy BTC. As you can see here, market, I'm spending $1,000 buy BTC. Market order created. Your market order for USDC has been placed successfully, okay? And then you can see here that my order has filled and I got 0.03067 Bitcoin. It's completed, and you could see that the fee was very little overall. So I got $1,000 of Bitcoin at 32,599. So as you can see here, the fees are only 0.1%. And then if you go over to Coinbase Pro, you can see that the taker fee. So if I would have basically done the same market over on Coinbase Pro, I would have paid 6 times more, okay? And if it was a maker fee, it's 0.4, so it's a little bit less. But I basically would have paid 6 times more in fees on Coinbase Pro. So if you want to get started with Vault today, I have a link down below. I've been earning a lot of interest on my stable coins. I also have Ethereum on the platform. So it's been a great experience thus far. And then if you enjoy the platform, share it with your friends. That's a really great way for you to actually earn more Bitcoin. So I'm going to be keeping a close eye here on the charts throughout the day, be giving you guys some updates on what's happening. If you want to follow me on TikTok, I'm also doing some content over on TikTok lately. And so I want to know, where do you plan on buying the price? Actually, I do want to put in a buy order actually before I let you guys go. So this right here is a 1-minute chart on Bitcoin. We saw a little bit of a bump in the price over the last few minutes. So let's see, from here to here, we saw Bitcoin jump about 0.77% over a 6-minute period of time, which is quite significant. But from down to about 32.4, now Bitcoin up to about 32.6. So going to be keeping a close eye here on this 1-minute chart. It looks like we might be getting a little bit of a bump, but still want to see a higher high on the 1-minute chart. What I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to do a limit order here, so I can show you guys how to do a limit order. And I basically want to, let's see here. I want to go back. I don't want to use USDC. I'm not trying to use Twitter here. So I'm going to do a limit order of about 50% of what I have, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the price in here. I'm going to go ahead and put in the price at 32,212. So I don't like to put flat numbers because typically that's where order books are thick. So avoid doing that. In my opinion, it has worked good for me. So I'm going to be getting 0.033 of a Bitcoin, spending $1,066 and looking for a price at about $32,212. So this is a limit order. Going to go ahead and place that, and hopefully it gets filled. I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on the price throughout the day and making some decisions on slowly getting back in. But I hope you enjoyed this video. That's all that I have for you today. Like I said, make sure to sign up with Vauld. I have my link down below. As always, go out there and create a portfolio that you love.